Hello TVR Universe, I am Dave, and this week's live stream I'm going to be bringing you absolute value. Welcome! Now in this week's live stream we're going to be looking over some little strategies, things to think about, some hints and tricks in ways to grow your YouTube community, how to get more views and the best way to do it, and just ultimately how to make your community just better all round. So hold on tight, write down notes and feel free to join in. And this week I can see the live chat, so it's going to be really easy to see who's in the green room, as I like to call it. Welcome! So let's get on straight on with the value then. So the first thing I want you to think about, it sounds daft, but make good videos. Now what do I mean by that? Take your time, make stuff that's good for your audience, things that your audience likes. I'm going to talk about more of this in a moment, but try to make the best videos you can. And if you come across anything that sort of goes, oh, people seem to like this, people commenting and liking and stuff like that, make more of them, which sort of leads into what I want to talk about later. But it really is that simple. Don't just make anything. Make good content, solve problems and bring people value. If you could honestly say that your content is doing one of those two things, you are on the path to bringing in the right people that you want to see on your channel. Hello, bring the value. Hello, Brad. Welcome to the show. I've only just looked over and saw you there in the green room. Now, use your YouTube Studio app. You can download it on your phone if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you have, but if you haven't, download it after this live stream. It's a really useful tool, and you can just quickly see how well your videos this week have performed. And briefly, I just want to say I'm so happy with the last 2 weeks shorts videos that I've done. Really performed well. I've gained subscribers from it. I've got a nice few views on it, and for those of you that have watched them, I thank you as well. Go and check them out after the live stream. And that is something I want you to also think about. Use the tools that YouTube gives you. So for example, YouTube's a little while ago, 6 months or a year ago now, whatever it is, introduced shorts, probably because of TikTok, and it's a really great place, and there's still very few people using it compared to the grand scheme of YouTube. Now, okay, there's thousands of people on there, but you've got much less competition, so you're much likely to get your content seen. If you can edit little shorts videos, great, or just something really brief that whatever your channel's about, go for it, or maybe advertising an upcoming video, stuff like that. So think about those little things, little strategies that you can use your shorts for. Now I tend to just use them for little tips, or just little pushing a certain bit of tech or stuff like that, or just little cool videos just to sort of bring in some more people to the channel, and that seems to work for me. And obviously you can use shorts in very different ways, and they will work differently for each of us in a different way, if that makes sort of sense. But going back to YouTube Studio app, use that to see what videos are performing well. In short, which ones are getting the most views, which ones are getting comments, feedback, positive feedback if possible, or constructive criticism if that comes. We get it all from time to time. Take it on board and use that to go, right, okay, so I've done those videos, you've done like 10, 20 videos, and you think, right, they're giving me value, I'm going to make them. Boom. You're going to get value from this video. So that is ultimately, what I want you to start to think about. Solve problems, bring people value, and you are halfway there. Now, earlier on I said about making good videos, and the best way you can do that is plan your video ahead of time, do bullet points or scripts or however you prefer to make content, and try to improve your audio. Now, a lot of you may use your phones that has a nice little microphone on it, but if you're filming outdoors or if you want better quality sound, use a microphone. And actually, just as important, use good light. If you don't have a good light, film near a window. If you can, get yourself a floodlight. They are brilliant tools. So especially if you're recording with a phone or camera, a floodlight is a great tool. And for things like cameras and microphones and lights, I've got some awesome links in my description you may want to check out after this live stream. Just some things for you to think about when improving your content. Test new videos. Okay, so this is interesting. This is something actually that I'm doing now. So you may have seen in July, I've been sort of changing the way I post videos. Suddenly hay fever, suddenly got itchy nose, and I've been testing shorts on Tuesdays to give myself a break for making my main content. And obviously I've been continuing with these live streams, which I love doing, by the way. I love connecting with you guys, and that's just something that I absolutely love doing. I love doing this. So really think of testing new things. So if you don't do live streams already, make live streams. They are a great way to grow your channel, and more importantly, grow your community, connect with your viewers, and ultimately that's sort of like a domino effect. So you're connecting with people, you're growing your community, which helps grow your community, which means you connect with more people, and it's just like a two-way thing. I love live streams. I think it's a great way to just build that core fan base, and that's ultimately what you want. Obviously you want new people, otherwise your channel can't grow, but ultimately you want to really see it like a garden almost. You know, you want to keep watering those plants so those plants and trees grow and they become the, you know, your core fans, and you want them to keep coming back. And if you're solving problems, if you're giving them value, if you're just making good videos, good content, then hopefully most of them will keep coming back because they will just like you. And just briefly, be you. You know, in the past, I've posted films I've done that's a little bit different, but I've tried to be different characters, and I've done all sorts of wacky stuff over the years. I've been on YouTube since almost YouTube's been around, believe it or not, in different forms, but obviously not on a weekly basis like I am now. But I found just this now is just me being me. and that is honestly the best thing you can do to grow your community. That's a good strategy. Write that down. Be you in capital letters, exclamation point, exclamation mark, depending on what part of the world you come from, and just be you. Be yourself, whatever your content's about. If you're a gamer, cooking channel, musician. And talking to musicians, I just want to do a brief shout out to my good man Perry, who I've known for a long time, and I'm always thinking of you, mate. Go and check out his channel after this live stream because he rocks. He's one of the best growing musicians I know. Perry Manning, go and check him out. If you don't know where to find it, just go onto my channel. Go down to the channels I follow, and it's right there in front of you. Godspeed, bro. Right, let's crack on with some more value. So if you're going to join us, I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I help you improve your video skills and give you some great tips here on YouTube. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe now. Now, if you're getting value from today's video, smash the like button, because I've got some power tips coming your way. Now, I just want to go to the question section. Some questions that have been given to me via Instagram and Twitter. I've just sort of came across them over the last last few days. So the first question I was sent over Instagram was how to get more views. This is in the line of what we're talking about here, and it's very important actually, getting more views. I'm going to pretty much briefly go back to how I started this live stream. Make good content. What does that mean, right? What you think is good, what your viewers may think is good, is two completely different things. Now, if you can identify using your YouTube Studio app, there's a lot of circles here today, but it's very true. If you can identify what content is doing well, what's performing well, giving you more views, maybe giving you subscribers, getting some likes and comments, that's a fairly good indication that those videos are doing quite well. Obviously, there's a bit more to it than that. And also, something to bear in mind is watch time, viewer duration, how long people actually watching. So if you got a nice straight line and it just gradually dips because people naturally leave on all content, the longer it is, those people will feed off. But if you make a video, for example, and it just dips, bear that in mind as something you think, right, what did I do wrong? Maybe watch that video. Did you not edit it right? Do you waffle too much? Do you and ah? Maybe edit some of that out. Just these little things you think about. Use B-roll, something I've talked about in previous videos, but we can talk about it again. But yeah, I would just say make good videos, bring value, if possible solve problems, and you will get the views. And sometimes I'll post a video thinking, yeah, I've got this one, and for whatever reason you guys just think, nah, don't like it, and I'll post another video, bit unsure sometimes, and sometimes I'll know that a certain video, like for example, I've always said that, but actually that's not completely true, because I know if I make videos about the M50, for example, there's a good chance that more people are going to watch it, hence my shorts videos. So, you know, bear that in mind. So I've used the YouTube Studio app, identified what content's doing well, and that's gained me more views. So I hope that answers your question. Bit of a roundabout answer, but bear with me. Right, second question. How to get people to come back. Funny, there's a lot of circles again today. Wow, you know, if you're getting value from this live stream, smash the like button and considering sharing with family and friends. Hang on. Value. Absolute value. Let's just do. I like this. You're going to get value from this video. That was just going to be intro, but I just couldn't resist. How to get people to come back? Well, I think basically I've answered that throughout this whole live stream. Just make good content that people connect with, and hopefully if they dig you being you, or whatever your video is about, hopefully people will come back. And that's something we're all learning all the time, and that's the quickest way I can answer that without droning on. But that is the basics of it. Just make good content. This was a question that someone sent me on Twitter only yesterday actually, and it says, do I need lights to make videos better? Well, funny enough, I think I've answered that as well. Wow. And but I would say no, but you do need good lighting to make your videos look good, or at least make them look decent. If you're in a dark room, you know, unless you're making a horror film, that's a bit different. But even then, use lights. But you know, if you want your video to look clear, if possible, I would use energy saving bulbs. They seem to give a more natural light that cameras prefer. Hence what I'm using at the minute for the webcam, compared to a normal bulb that, you know, lenses just don't like, and makes it go very yellowy gold. But I would highly recommend a floodlight of sorts. You can get one or two. Links to them are in my description. Or if you can't get them for whatever reason, you just don't have the money, or you just don't feel you're ready for that, just film next to a window in the daylight, especially on a sunny day, and you will give good value. But I have got an actual video to this in my description on lighting, and it's this awesome bit of B-roll showing that even by a window, if you possibly get a floodlight behind you or at the right angle, sort of diagonally facing you, that can highlight the part of your face, for example, that the sun can't get to, making the video look even more professional. So the short answer, yes. Obviously it's a bit more complex than that, but as soon as you can, definitely, before you even bother with buying cameras and all the rest of it, definitely invest in at least one floodlight. Only costs about £40 or £50 or dollars. And definitely get a microphone, because that's definitely half of the video. You know, a clip-on mic, or one you can put on a tripod, or even a shotgun mic you attach somewhere. You know, I would highly recommend that, especially if you're filming outdoors, because you get all that wind noise and stuff. So, go, you know, rein it in a bit, Dave. I would highly recommend. Oh, sorry, Brad. We've got a question coming in. I've just been told by the stage manager there's a question flown in. But yeah, ultimately you do need a light. So let's just have a look at this then. What would be considered as good watch time? Let's say the video is about 4 minutes long. I appreciate that's as much as possible. But what does YouTube seem to... Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so on most videos then... So basically we're talking about audience duration, how long people will watch your video. YouTube recommends that if you can get on any video to as close to 50% as possible, then that is a really good indication that you've done fairly well. If you get higher than that, say 60-70% duration of video, you've done absolutely brilliant. And for whatever reason, if it's dipped to 30 or 40, then that means it's sort of dipped. But also bear in mind that you should be able to get 50 or 60%, unless your video is really bad. But for most of you who do good content, you should be able to get 50 or more % on a 4-minute video. But just bear in mind, on this live stream, for example, that can go on for 30-40 minutes, it's quite standard to, even on top, you know, channels like, you know, Think Media and big channels like that they might only get like 23 or 20%. And it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means, you know, in this quick day and age, most people won't sit for half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour. So, you know, that's to go to you gamers as well. If you want good audience duration, that's a good indicator for YouTube to send people to your channel and to pull in more impressions. So bear that in mind. So maybe making good quality videos that only go on for sort of 5-6 minutes, rather than making loads of videos that go on for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Now, obviously, I do these live streams that can go on for half an hour or more, and that's mainly to keep you guys and just give you guys more in-depth value, which a lot of creators also do, and something that you can try. But just bear in mind, it's just really good if you want that higher duration, that a 5 to 7 minute video is where you want to get that bar. So, and bear that in mind. And if for whatever reason you only get 40% even in a 4-minute video, make it 3 minutes and edit it better and take out bits. Do you need this bit? Do you need those ums? Do you need that when you're waffling a bit? Delete those bits. And people want it snap, especially in this day and age when people have very short attention spans. I know for a fact that people pop on and off these live streams because for whatever reason I'm just going on too long about a particular thing, or they've been on it for 10 minutes and something's distracted them. So when you think of that, just sort of bear all these things in mind. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. I appreciate I'm getting a bit round around, but basically 50% or higher. But bear in mind, if it's an hour long, it's only going to be about 20 or 30. Bear that in mind. I hope that answered the question anyway. I've also got another question, actually. Was any edit... And how weird's this? This is actually... Oh, wow! This is sort of the same thing, but in a different way, I think. Any editing tips to keep people watching for longer? That's an interesting one. I would say about that, actually... to keep people watching longer is a great thing to think about. You want people to watch as much as your video as possible, and then end in your videos not with a big waffle in of this, that, and everything else. This is a live stream, doesn't matter so much, but in your main content, thanks for watching, check out the end cards, and you want to get those end cards in, and YouTube even states towards the end of the video. I always have them at the end, and YouTube pretty much recommends you do that, or at least towards the end of the video. So hopefully people click on one of the end cards and watch a little bit of content. So that's something you want to bear in mind. But how to make people watch longer? Obviously you can drone, but most people won't sit there for 40 minutes if you're just talking a load of waffle, unless they really love your stuff. Like, if you're getting value, smash that like button. But I would basically say B-roll and fast editing is the best way. And the manner, I have people that tell me they really like a video or they don't like a video, and you can tell by the comments and likes or dislikes how people have liked a video. But ultimately, trust your YouTube analytics, because that is the robotic, logical truth of what the people really think of your content. So, if you're getting lots of likes and comments on a bit of content, you're doing fairly well. If no one cares, don't worry, just make another video, go to the next one. But I would say edit, snap. I don't mean like literally snap, but edit out the ums and the ahs and maybe waffling. If I was going to edit this, there's probably loads I was like take out to make the whole thing about 5-10 minutes. Put in B-roll, film yourself doing what you're talking about. That just makes it more visually. And a little power tip, actually. You're very welcome. One little power tip I'd recommend when editing, if for those of you that edit your videos, if you watch it back as you're editing, which is sort of what you automatically do anyway, but if you start to notice your eyes, this is what I do, if you start to notice your eyes wander, or you start to get slightly less interested in watching yourself, I appreciate watching yourself for a lot of people is weird, but bear that in mind. Think that most people will probably be bored before you are, because you're proud of your content, otherwise you won't be doing it. And because of that, in the nicest possible way, most people, even your biggest fans, might not perhaps like your content quite as much as you want them to like it, if that makes sense. So as soon as you start to notice, I'm getting a bit bored, I've waffled for 40 seconds, B-roll, snap. I've talked for half a minute, B-roll, snap. But 2-3 seconds of B-roll. I've talked for 30 seconds. I'll move the camera in a little bit. I'll change the camera angle. I'll perhaps talk about something else. I'll put in some more B-roll. I'll put up a little subscribe button. Little things that watch, actually, or any content creator, or if you watch one of my Tuesday videos or one of my main content, and just study one of my videos and watch how I move the camera around. And that's basically me getting bored of my own content, and I'm waking up your eyes. So I'm giving you a bit of video psychology here, but as soon as I start getting bored, I pull it in a bit, and that sort of subconsciously just wakes you up for a few more seconds. And I've noticed by doing that, people watch because it's visually more interesting. Oh, a bit of B-roll, he's moving around a bit, he's not just sitting, if you're just sat in your room waffling, no camera change, talking about cheese, people get bored. Some people probably get bored now, me waffling now. So obviously I would have edited most of this out if this was a normal bit of content. So, bear all this in mind when you're making your videos. And I hope that answers that question. But yeah, to make people watch for longer, B-roll and snappy editing is pretty much the key, personally. And it works. If you watch any content creator that has a half decent video, think of films, for example. When two people are talking, is very few films, unless they're really boring or really old, will have looking at the same shot for any longer than probably 10 seconds. It'll be that. I'll say a few words, look at you, you say a few words, look at me, I'll say a few words, I'll carry on talking, it will look at you. Do you know what I mean? So the camera's, the edit is always moving around in literally all films you watch. Anyway, I'm waffling a bit now. But I hope that answers the question. Grow your community and edit. Edit your videos better. I pretty much answered my own question there. So let's just go to the bit before. So growing your community there. What do I mean by that? So obviously we're talking about, making good content, making good videos, all that sort of jazz. But it's the little things that maybe not all of us always think about. When people take the time to especially write a comment, especially if it's more than just like the video or thumbs up. If they've put like, really like your thumbnail, or, oh, I really like the energy in this video, blah, blah, take time to go, thank you. And maybe answer the question with a question, or what was it that you liked most about it? Or just make a bit, start a bit of a conversation going, or just say, oh, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. I can never spell that, so that's why I don't put that. But I'm also, I'm glad you got value and all sort of blah blah sort of stuff. Drink some water. Go and check out Perry Manning. There he is. Look, there he is. But I would highly recommend doing that. And I usually put the love as well, just because I really appreciate all you guys, because you've taken the time to comment. And even if I occasionally get criticism, if someone doesn't like when I used to have more intros in my videos, or I don't know, whatever I've done, do something a bit different. Maybe some people might not like that. Take that on board and just take the time to connect with your audience. And I found actually, now I've been connected with a lot of you on Instagram and Twitter and the Facebook community page, when you guys can share your videos and stuff. I just think it's really nice that we've all grown this community, and it just it's all the things in the background that people don't realise. Thanks for the answer tips on editing. Show. There we go. So something got scared there. Thanks for the awesome. Oh, you're most welcome. Welcome. So I just saw that YouTube got all scared and was asking me about the comment. No, you're most welcome. Definitely when you're editing your videos, B-roll and snappy editing really is key. Sorry, I've completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, take the time to do all these little things in your community. Comment back, maybe start your own community. Go on different social media pages. I'm sometimes been a bit slow in the past to grow, or not so much recently because I'm very active on Insta and Twitter, but it took me a long time to get onto Twitter. And then it was a long time after that before I went to Instagram, only because, I put a lot of time into it. I'm responding to comments, I'm checking out your stuff. It's a give and take. We're growing this community. And it's all the little things that non-content creators, or civilians, as some of us like to call the others, it's just something that, is just a lot to take on board and something to think about it. But yeah, if you're getting value so far, I'm Dave from TVR Creators. If you're getting value from this video, smash the subscribe button, like, and if you really want to support the channel, check out our merch. There it is, look, the merch. At the bottom there's a link in the description. If it doesn't work, just comment, I'll send you it. And you can get one of these cool t-shirts. We've got some better ones now, as you can see in the bottom corner. And there's phone covers, mugs, t-shirts. Go and check them out. And for those of you that have already bought one of our merch, thank you so much. You guys rock. Don't worry, it's not the end of the video. I just wanted to do that little plug there. Yeah. working on making things better. Right, so you want to make things better, okay? You want to make your content better. Something I try to do, and actually it's something a lot of content creators say always improve. And I will say if you can make something better or work on something in every video, when you go back 10 videos, you'll think, wow, you know, that is a really good point. So what do I mean by that? Right, let's get to this. So in your next video, pick one thing, your thumbnails, for example. I'm going to edit or design the best thumbnail I can do. Oh, wow, that's the best thumbnail I've made. I'm going to keep with that design in my next few videos. Do it. Or if you're not really good at designing, there's lots of websites, the same with B-roll and like Canva and stuff like that, where, you know, it gives you a really cool template. There's lots of free ones as well. Go and check it out. And you can just, you know, do a really cool design, and you've got a really cool thumbnail, sometimes in seconds. And that's something you've improved upon. Next video, right, my lighting ain't great. How can I improve that? In a nice possible way, get a floodlight, experiment with it. Move it in different positions. If you wear glasses like me, I find on the angles or to the side, so you might need two, or if you're in a smaller room, position it in the right way. If you've got a good camera like the Canon M50, it just loves the light. A little plug there, link to that in the description as well. Smash if you're getting value, the like button. That's something to, you know, bear in mind. And then in the next video, go, right, I need to improve the sound. Maybe bring the camera a little bit closer, or get a microphone that's just closer to you, or maybe slightly out of shot. All these little things you want to think about to improve your video. And in turn, people will appreciate that, and your core fans will see the growth, and they'll be like, oh, this woman, this guy, or whoever, I like their content. They clearly put a lot of time. I've had people come up to me without sounding vain, though it does sound a bit self-serving, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's a really nice feeling when any of you guys, either in physically or by message, go, I really like your content. I really enjoyed that video this week, Dave. Gave me value, whatever the comment is. And you think, right, I must have done something that made at least one of you go, yeah, that was good. That was good. And then go, right, watch that video, try to work out or identify again what was good about it, and then, this is bold, how can you make it even better? Can I edit it a bit better? Could I add a bit more interest in B-roll? Could I maybe sort of just mix it up a bit? Maybe I'll go, right, next week I'm going to film in a different location, just mix it up a bit, because I appreciate before July I was maybe getting on a bit of a tangent of similar like videos. So now I'm going to make a 4-part series soon, where my videos are going to be edited in a completely different way. So look out for that. I'm also going to do a century story for those of you that like something a bit different. You know, so experiment. Go back to something I didn't really go into much detail earlier. Try new things, you know, make what works, but occasionally do a video for you. Go, you know what, I've really wanted, like something I've been wanting to do for ages is just make a bit of music on my music maker and post it. Like, make some relaxing music, post it and see who likes it. Why not? You know, if it helps somebody, if somebody wants it or whatever, you know, you don't know when these things go. And if you're bringing people value, if you're solving problems, and if you're making this world just that little bit better, in my book, that's value. Okay. Somebody really wants subscribers there. Anybody want to subscribe your channel, join me. We can. Yeah, I get that. I will just say though, just be careful with that. With doing sub to sub stuff. I've allowed it on this chat because you're clearly enthusiastic. But just be careful with sub for sub, because one, it's against the YouTube policy guidelines, and also in a nice possible way it's fake subscribers, because you might get somebody who goes, yeah, I'll sub for you, you sub me, but in the nicest possible way. You know, those people probably won't watch each other's content, and you've got an empty subscriber, and then you've got, before you know it, you've got 1,000 empty subscribers and nobody watching your content. So all you're doing is hurting yourself. So I'm going to be brutally honest and say, if you want subscribers, make awesome content. Be yourself, make awesome content, and subscribers will naturally come. And if you do that, you rock. Oh yeah. So is there any questions? Throw them in the live chat. And what are you working on? So question of the day then, what are you working on right now? If you're watching this on the replay later over the weekend, put in a comment, what videos or content are you working on at the minute? I'll be really interested to see. It'd be really cool. If you've got value from today's video, I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I make weekly YouTube content to help you grow here on YouTube, improve your video skills, and ultimately have fun and enjoying giving people value. You know, that is so important. So I'm going to say you guys rock. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to leave you now. Have a fantastic, great weekend. Whatever it is that you're doing, you guys rock. Keep doing what you're doing. And check out our links for videos and stuff. The channel got loads of playlists. I'm not going to go, you know the score. And more importantly, have a great weekend. Feel free to ask your questions in the comments. I'll answer them later this evening. And as always, guys, go on, let's do it all together now. Let's do it all together. You guys rock. You guys rock. You guys rock. You guys rock.